Good morning. Welcome to Cuddles and Milk Petaluma. Thanks for joining me today. This is not my regular Monday broadcast. That is because Monday was my youngest daughter's 9th birthday. So I was at home celebrating with her and decided to throw this in on a Thursday because I didn't want to wait a week. So we're going to continue on a breastfeeding journey. This is episode 4. So far we've talked about prenatally, immediately after birth, and your hospital stay. Today we're going to delve into the first night at home. You know, a lot of times you have so much support in the hospital, sometimes great, sometimes not so great, but you still feel like there's people there. They're going to help you and do anything. You know, if anything happens, you've got support. Then you go home, and I remember even with my first, I had been at thousands of births. I've been doing this. I was in the maternal field for 10 years when my first was born, and yet I still walked in the house and went, what do I do with her now? Like, I had all this preparation for before, but what do I do with her now? So let's talk about that. It's your first night at home. It's a little scary, okay? So first thing you want to know is that supply and demand is very important. Excuse me. So supply and demand. If you are latching and feeding the baby regularly, your body will be told to make milk. If you are not, it will not be told, right? So it just is that simple. There is also a hormonal part that kicks in, that your body has these hormones, and for most women, it will kick in and make milk anyways, but supply and demand is huge. So that's something you need to know, that you want to be feeding a lot for that. Also, you want to know about the first couple of nights at home can be what we call marathon or cluster feedings. They can be very long. You might have experienced it in the hospital, okay? So you might not get them at home. It depends upon kind of how soon you come home. In general, I'd say the second and the third night are cluster feeding nights, okay? It is long. It feels very long from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. those nights. What you might experience is a baby that comes to the breast and feeds for an hour, and then you put them down, they sleep 20 minutes, and then they want to go back for another hour, and it feels like that all night long. Another thing you might experience is a 5-minute feed. Baby comes to the breast, feeds, and falls asleep, comes to the breast, feeds, and falls asleep, and does that every hour all night long. What I will frequently hear from parents in either of these scenarios is, my baby is not getting enough. Right? I need to supplement. They're clearly hungry. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What I want you to know first and foremost is nothing is wrong. This is absolutely 100% normal. I'm telling you, this is going to happen before it happens because it's normal. This is baby's way of getting your milk in. Think about, it's like ordering food before you get to the restaurant, or ordering a caterer. It's like you're going to have a party for 50 people tomorrow. So you call and you put in the order. They're going to now start making the food and prepping, getting everything ready. That's what baby's doing. Baby's saying, hey, I'm going to be starving tomorrow, so you better start making some milk. Baby's saying, I'm going to be hungry. Not, I'm hungry right now. That's okay. It's normal. It's expected. So this cluster feeding, marathon night, all of that, totally normal. Don't be concerned, okay? Understand that that is a normal part of the first week for every baby, and it doesn't mean your baby's starving. So let's start there, okay? The other things I want you to know for that first night home is, we're going to go back to the basics: hand expression, right? And skin to skin. Skin to skin this baby as much as you can. Really, as much as you can the first 2 weeks of life. If you have a nice Moby, baby Catan, Boba, Solly Wrap, any of those, you put on a nursing bra, or dad, you don't have to wear a shirt. Put baby on. Inside that nice wrap, you've basically swaddled baby to you. They're in this little like froggy leg position with their arms up and their legs up, and they're like suction to you, like this little tree frog. So cute. Or like a little koala to you, right? And then they've got the wrap outside of them. Baby only should be in a diaper. We want skin to skin contact. So no shirts, no clothes for baby. No shirts on grown-ups, no shirts, no clothes on baby. That skin-to-skin contact, that's really going to help with weight loss, is really going to help with baby sleeping more in between feeds and actually feeding more often too. So skin-to-skin is never a bad choice. It's like the baby equivalent of duct tape. It fixes everything. Baby's fussy, skin to skin. Baby isn't eating enough, skin to skin. Baby's eating really often, skin to skin. Baby's not sleeping great, skin to skin. Just put that baby on your body, and that will solve so many things, okay? They also end up getting more head and neck development when they're on here because they're not laying on their back like they are in the crib, in the Moses basket or co-sleeper, in the car seat, in the bouncy, in the swing. So many of these things that we have made for babies, they are laying flat on their back. They do not get the muscle development they need in those first 3 months when they're laying flat on their back, right? They can't roll over that way at first. So they really need to be on their tummy, and being on your chest is still being on their tummy. So they're going to have to work to learn how to pull up their head and move it and maintain head control, right? Instead of being that floppy head. So all of that is very good. The other thing I want to talk about briefly is a little bit of hand expression, okay? So I recommend first couple of nights home, hand express after every single feed and try to give the baby the drops. You can't go wrong by making lots of milk and by feeding the baby lots, okay? So we talked about it briefly last time, but I didn't have my lovely little demo boob. So we're going to use my little demo boob today, and I'm just going to talk about hand expression again. So what I want you to understand is that when you come up, if you come over here and just pinch, pinch, pinch at the nipples, you're going to get a little bit out, but not as much, okay? And you're not going to kind of stimulate that production, really. So what you want to do first is take your hand in a wide, like C shape, right? We're not doing the V. This hurts your fingers and you can't possibly get them wide enough. So nice big C shape, okay? We're going to reach under the breast. We're going to start by pushing back against your body, okay? So not by coming forward. You're going to start by going back against your body, then bring the hands together, and then come forward. So it's back. So my hands come back, together, forward, okay? So I'm going to go back to my body, together, and then forward. And you're going to play around with your hands. You might find that, you know, for 2 minutes up here, all of a sudden you get nice sprays. Whereas over here, you didn't get much. So you have to play around with it. Your partner can help, right? They can come in and they can kind of move their hands around. You can do some good breast massage first, right? Kind of come in and get everything kind of flowing and good. You can also do what we call breast gymnastics. Kind of move the breast up and down. Kind of really move it around and get the milk mixing, get everything kind of coming, okay? So that's really, really a good thing to be doing. I do want to briefly touch on one tip today. Someone recently asked me, well, what if I have flat or inverted nipples? If you do, this little guy is going to be your best friend, okay? This is the Haka, or actually this one I think is the Bumblebee. They're essentially the same thing. This is a silicone hand pump, basically, or a suction pump. It's in between a hand pump because you're not like pulling on it. It's not the same thing as the Medela or Spectra pump and style double electric, okay? So, but this does a lot of other things. This is great for inverted nipples. So your first night home, if you don't have, you know, somebody there to help you and you're like, I can't get my nipple's too flat. So we're going to take the Haka and pop it back, okay? So I like to pop it like this. See how that went? It's got this nice little cone. Now I'm just going to pop back the cone. Then I'm going to squeeze out the air out of the bottle as much as I can. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to let it go. And if this wasn't fabric, it would bloop, pop right on, right? This actually works really well. I can do it on like, oh, you know what? Let's try it on a book. Because I can do it even on my desk. I did it the other day during a virtual visit with a client to show them. So let's see if it'll work on the book. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to let this pop out. And there, look at that. It did suction. Okay, look at that. So, woo, look at it. It's really pulling. Can you see that? It's like really pulling the book cover away from the book. It's got like this pull up here and you can see it's like pulling in the book. It's like pulling in the cover. So what's great about this is you can use this if you have flat or inverted nipples. You hear baby start to stir, you pop this guy on, put it on, get up, get baby, get on the couch, get everything ready, take it off, your nipple's more averted. It's so much easier than using a pump. So these should be in every woman's diaper bag. You should have one at home. They're so inexpensive. We're talking less than $15. I love these little silicone pumps. They have a lot of uses, okay? So if you want to hear more about it, let me know in the comments, or let me know at Cuddles and Milk Petaluma on Facebook or Instagram, and I can do a whole video just on the wonders of the silicone pump, because I really do love them. They can be really wonderful. But we're going to finish up with our first night home. So we're just going to understand that cluster feeding is normal. It's totally expected, not to be concerned with. Baby's not starving. We do lots of skin to skin, lots and lots and lots of skin to skin. You're going to wake that baby to feed. Don't go longer than 3 hours from the start of the feed to the start of the next feed, okay? And we're going to do hand expression and spoon or drip feed that baby with everyone. So if you're just getting a couple of drops, take those drops and rub them in on baby's gums, okay? Feed that baby any drops you can, every little bit. There's a saying in lactation, move milk to make milk. The more you get out, the more you will make, okay? So if you start getting the milk out, your body's going to want to replace it. And it's going to, especially in those first 2 weeks, you're going to make more and more each time. Okay, your body's in natural production mode instead of like a stable kind of staying the same mode. You're in like a revving, like the car engine's revving. So what your body can do right now is going to be different than it will do in 2 months. So really use this time wonderfully. Get that production going, move that milk, hand express. Even if you're in the shower and you notice you're dripping in a nice warm shower, that can happen. Don't worry about it. Don't think, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose that milk. I need to wait and put the towel on and then I'll go get a cup. Don't do that. Just hand express. Get it out. That's fine. The more you get out, the more you will make, okay? And that is going to help you so, so, so much, okay? So those are our tips for the first night home. We will talk about the first week next on Monday. I will go back to my Monday morning schedule, and I will be here at Cuddles and Milk and Petaluma. So today I'm asking for you to give me some comments. Let me know what you think about this breastfeeding journey. Share it with a friend. Let me know if you have questions, if you'd like to have something addressed in a video at Cuddles and Milk Petaluma on Facebook or Instagram. I can't wait to hear from you, and I hope everybody out there has a great day. All right? Happy Thursday. Goodbye.